Signore e signori, buonasera. Good evening everyone. Benvenuti a questa nuova edizione del dinner dance della comunità andrettese. Fate un po' di attenzione che stasera è una serata speciale, perché questa serata sarà trasmessa, diciamo, in mondovisione dal nostro tecnico videografo Giovanni Cosmo. Quindi è una serata molto importante. E colgo l'occasione per salutare tutti gli andrettesi che guarderanno questo video. Prima di tutto voglio salutare gli andrettesi d'America, poi quelli sparsi in tutto il mondo e poi quelli più fortunati che vivono in Andretta. Un abbraccio e un bacio a tutti. Quindi prima di iniziare la nostra serata in un modo formale, e chiamiamo I wanna call for the Pledge of Allegiance Regina Rosa Fierro e Alexandra Cerrincione. Please come to the mic stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Un applauso a queste due belle bambine. Please remain standing, because our band will play the national anthem, the American one and then the Italian one. Saluto alle bandiere dal nostro complesso Melodia.
Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia si desta, nell'elmo di Scipio si incinta la testa, dove la vittoria che forca la gloria, è schiava di Roma che Dio la creò. Stringiamoci in corte, stringiamoci in corte, siamo pronti alla morte, l'Italia chiamò. Stringiamoci in corte,
Please remain standing for one more minute. Un attimo, un minuto di silenzio, a moment of silence. We're going to dedicate this moment of silence to some of our members who passed away recently, and to all the people that are sick, and to all our troops fighting all over the world for our freedom. Thank you. Please be seated. And I would like to call Father Bigling for the blessing of our food.
It's good to be here, and I hardly believe it was 2 years ago that I was honored, and I thank you again for that great honor. And for these honorees this evening, it's something that we do not forget, because it is good to be recognized for the good things that we try to do for each other in God's name. And so we pray. God our Father, as we call upon you this evening, we pray that the food and drink, the company we share, and the people that we honor and all those who are part of our lives will be blessed by you, particularly in the different needs that we have at this moment. Help us in times of sadness and trial and difficulty. Help us to see joy and laughter in and through each other as we make our prayer in your holy name through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Father. And now I want to say a few words in Italian, if you don't mind. Adesso dico due parole in italiano. Il complesso si può riposare. Quindi benvenuti al nostro 34esimo anniversario della comunità andrettese. Sembra proprio ieri che festeggiammo il primo dinner dance 34 anni fa, e durante il tempo, come stasera, sembra che il tempo si sia fermato. Vedo le stesse facce che non cambiano mai, non invecchiano mai, vedo le donne che sono sempre più belle e resteranno sempre più belle, quindi è un piacere essere qua. Quindi pensando alla storia del nostro club, oggi mentre camminavo per la strada mi sono ricordato di una canzone che mi sta tanto a cuore, e una frase della canzone dice: si vincerà e si perderà, siamo e restiamo sempre noi. Voi dite cosa abbiamo vinto e cosa abbiamo perso. Quindi quello che abbiamo vinto, abbiamo tenuto unito il nostro paese, abbiamo tenuto uniti i cittadini di andrettesi in America, abbiamo portato alto il nostro nome del club, abbiamo conquistato la simpatia dei giovani, i nostri giovani che hanno formato un nuovo gruppo appartenente al nostro club, i figli di Andretta. Un applauso ai nostri giovani di Andretta. Quello che è ancora positivo, che abbiamo vinto la simpatia delle donne, che ci fa molto piacere. Le donne hanno formato due gruppi, un gruppo, The Lady Auxiliary, e un altro gruppo, le figlie della stella mattutina, e quindi noi siamo molto onorati, molto fieri di questo che abbiamo fatto durante questi anni. Purtroppo quello che abbiamo perso nella storia del nostro club, e come ho ricordato prima in un minuto di silenzio, membri fondatori del nostro club che non sono più qui con noi questa sera. Ma comunque nel bene e nel male quello che è rimasto intatto, siamo e restiamo sempre noi, quello che è rimasto intatto è stato il nome di Andretta. Quindi viva Andretta, viva il club andrettese. Poi c'è un'altra frase che la canzone dice, che è molto più bella, che dice che anche se il tempo è crudele e ci soppreme, ci preme, ma ogni tanto ci regala un orizzonte e ancora una notte insieme. Una notte insieme che proprio una sera come questa, che dobbiamo ricordare, che ricorderemo e che festeggiamo in questa sera le nostre radici, la nostra storia e il nostro futuro che poi lo mandiamo ai nostri giovani che si sono uniti a noi, e quindi questa è la nostra speranza. Quindi non mi voglio prolungare perché la serata è lunga, voglio presentarvi, è mio onore e privilegio di presentarvi una persona che non ha bisogno di introduzioni, il presidente del club Comunità Andrettese Angelo Mario Mastrogiacomo.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for coming to our 34th annual dinner dance of the Andrettese Club. And if I can get this thing to stand up, we'll be in business over here. Okay. As many of you already know, the main purpose of our club is to promote Italian culture and history and to pass that love of culture on to our children and our grandchildren. We have many functions throughout the year, such as the picnic and the golf outing, which are much more laid back and relaxed. The dinner dance we try to do a little more formal. This is the night that we choose to recognize others for their accomplishments. Tonight we have chosen 4 of our own: Maria Acocella, Frank Acocella, Michelina Arminio, and Frank Miele. Later on, they'll all be introduced individually by their loved ones. But right now, I'd just like to point out some of the reasons that they're being honored tonight. All of them are hardworking, productive members of their community. As I read each of their bios, 2 words in particular came to mind: ambition and enthusiasm. They all have these traits, and it is what drives them to success, whether it be their family or personal lives or their careers. As soon as they accomplish one goal, they move on and start something else. But they do not do it all solely for their own benefit. They all work hard, not only for themselves, but for others too. They're always giving back to their communities, helping and volunteering, especially when it comes to kids. So, ambition and enthusiasm are just some of the things that we admire in our 4 honorees. And as you can see, if you've read their bios and read about their families, the word, especially the word enthusiasm, comes to mind. Our 4 honorees combined have a total of 13 children among them. So I'd say that's a lot of enthusiasm. God bless us, benedica. The Southern Italian proverb that goes says "Meglio ricchere sangue e non soldi," which translates to "better to be rich in blood rather than money." So we honor them tonight not only for their sakes, but also to inspire our young people to a life of hard work and perseverance, with ambition and enthusiasm. These traits have taken them all, Maria and Frank and Michelina and Frank, very far in their lives, and I'm sure that they're not finished yet, and that is why it is our honor and privilege to recognize these 4 exceptional individuals tonight. As I mentioned before, we have many functions throughout the year, and for the last few years, we have been using the proceeds from some of these functions to award scholarships. This year, I'm happy to say that we will be giving out 2 scholarships, one to Alexandra Ciringione from Harrison High School, and another to Regina Rose Fierro from Westlake High. Regina is the daughter of one of our founding members, Frank Fierro. And my hope is that we will be able to expand the scholarship program to more students in the future. Also, this past fall, we began Italian language classes for children, and it has been a great success. The parents and the kids are excited about the classes, and again, we hope to add more classes down the line. I'd like to take also this opportunity to acknowledge a milestone for Italy. This year is the 150th anniversary of Italian unification. Giuseppe Garibaldi went from one end of the Italian peninsula to the other to form one united Italian state, something that had not existed since the fall of the Romans. So with that, I'd like to again thank everybody for coming, especially the honorees. I'd also like to, we have to recognize some people that are here tonight. We're very happy that they came. First of all, Mayor Joan Walsh. Could everybody just please stand as I call their name? We have the councilman and councilwoman from the town of Harrison, Joe Canella, Marlene Emilio Skinner, Pat Vitera, and Fred Chiliano. We also have the Democratic Party chair for the town of Harrison, Joe Derwin. and the Republican Party Chair and the Vice Chair for the County of Westchester, Bob Emilio. County Legislator Martin Rogowski. And Rosemary Scalage and our good friends from the Ramapo Twinning Committee. I'd also like to recognize the Mayapack Superintendent of Schools, Thomas Manko. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to invite Mayor Walsh to the podium, say a few words. Come on, everybody, you can give it up for Mayor Walsh, can't you?
Good evening, everybody. One of the things that I admire most about the Italian community is the way they, I don't want to say hang together, the way they bond together, the way they stay together. As many people know, I'm Irish. I have no idea what county or town my ancestors came from. I know they came in 1890, but I would bet you that every single person here tonight knows not only the county, the town, probably even the street where their family came from. And you all go back. I've been to Ireland twice, but I would bet that every one of you have been there many times because you still have family there. You go back, you keep your roots. And as Angelo said earlier, that one of the goals of this organization is to keep those roots strong and to teach your children of your heritage and your beliefs and your faith and what you believe about in Italy. It is the most admirable trait, truly is. And I'm very happy to live in Harrison, where there are so many Italians. I've learned a lot, not only how to cook Italian, not how to speak Italian, but to admire the bonds that exist between all the families and between all the neighbors who are Italian. So thank you very much for welcoming me tonight, and I do admire you wonderfully. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we as an I myself am a lifelong Harrison resident, but as an organization, we've been in Harrison for, I think, 13 or 14 years. And Mayor Walsh and all her predecessors for those 14 years, and the town board has always been friendly with us. They always made us feel welcome, and I can tell you that we greatly and truly appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, how can we not make you feel welcome? You have not only good personalities, but you have great food. So we like it, so thank you.
A questo punto vogliamo consegnare alle bambine che hanno vinto the scholarship. So, vogliamo chiamare Alessandra Cirincione e Rose, Regina Fierro with their teachers. Maria Battipaglia e la signora Scarinci.
Buonasera. Sono Maria Battipaglia, rappresento la Harrison High School, sono insegnante di italiano e sono onorata di essere qui con voi e con la mia studentessa Ali Ciriccione. Ringrazio al Presidente e a tutta l'associazione per questo invito. Grazie.
Buonasera a tutti. Sono molto onorata di trovarmi qui questa sera, soprattutto perché sono qui per dare questo premio molto dovuto a Regina, ma anche come un ritrovo con vecchi amici che ci conoscono da tantissimi anni. Abbiamo una storia con l'associazione andrettese che arriva fino all'82 e siamo molto fieri di essere qui questa sera con tutti voi, ma particolarmente perché ho conosciuto questa dolcissima ragazza della mia classe, sono 4 anni che insegno Regina, e come insegnanti ogni anno abbiamo l'opportunità di incontrare tantissimi studenti nuovi, ma ci sono degli alunni che ti fanno un'impressione dal primo momento che li conosci e lasciano un'impressione che non va via mai. E Regina è una di queste alunne, è una ragazza che veramente ha una passione per le sue radici, per la sua cultura italiana e per tutto ciò che significa essere italiana. Quindi avete fatto una bellissima scelta a dare questo premio a Regina, perché sono sicura che vi farà molto orgogliosa, non solo adesso ma nel suo futuro. Quindi un applauso calorosissimo per Regina Fiero. Grazie.
I'm just going to read, we have 2 plaques, one for each, but I'm just going to read one of them. But they both say the same thing, just the name is different. The Comunità Andrettese Club Outstanding Student Achievement presented to Regina Rose and to Ali Cirincione. Best of luck in the future, April 2nd, 2011. All right, you can make it a little more noise than that. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, while you're enjoying your pasta, we're going to do our presentations. So I'd ask for your patience and your indulgence. Our first honoree, to introduce our first honoree, I'd like to introduce Cristina Acocella. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Cristina.
Good evening, everybody. Strength, courageous, smart, funny, and infectiously beautiful are the words that I use to describe my mother's personality. She embodies all that an inspirational woman should. Many hats are worn by my mother, even if she doesn't know it. And the list is too long to say tonight, so I will narrow it down to one: storyteller. Growing up, my mother had a story for every moment that would make it possible for me to envision dreams of my own. Or she would tell me one of those crazy Italian proverbs that would, when translated into English, it never sounded quite as good, but they always made me think of the possibilities. My mother can hold an entire crowd's attention with her enthusiasm and grace that I and my siblings could only hope to have inherited. A model of hope and opportunity, she's also what keeps our family together. Along with my father, she is what gives us the courage to seek out our dreams without fear or apologies. My mother has left the doors to life wide open for us with her spirit and her lust for knowledge, for new things, and for life. So would you please give a very loud applause for a very grand person, my mommy, Angela Maria Acocella.
Before I let Maria speak, I just want to read the plaque. Comunità Andrettese Club, Figlia della Stella Matulina, Woman of the Year, presented to Angela Maria Acocella in recognition of her dedication and outstanding contributions to the Comunità Andrettese Club and for her achievements among the Italian American community.
sit down and just forget about it because what she said is beautiful. I don't know if it's me, but you know. First of all, thanks for this honor, and thank you for all to be here. I want to thank my family and friends. But mainly, I have to thank my very courageous husband, who married me and brought me here to be part of your wonderful community. Frankly, if it wasn't for him, I would probably still be in Bisaccia a vendere caciocavalli, if you know what I mean. I thank the Andretta Community Club for this wonderful recognition. I have to admit that when the committee informed me that I will be the one of the honoree, I was tempted to say thank you, but no thanks. Because I really didn't do anything significant or invented anything. I'm so short, I'm sorry. I'm not even from Andretta. But then I realized that this recognition is not really about me, but rather who I represent, and not the short woman, Julio. I represent a wonderful group of women who go out of their way to make sure that every planned event is successful, from the Feast of the Stella Matutina to the family-style dinners organized at the club. These women are unstoppable. I also represent in between generation of women, struggling to be their own selves. The ones that they feel guilty for the husband do the dishes. Papi, feel free anytime. Is he over there? We even try to learn how to use a computer. You see the fight that I have with that darn things. We are the women who are also trying not to lose those values that were a part of our generation while growing up in Italy, and passing those values on to our own children. As a representative of the middle generation and the Andretta woman, I accept this recognition, and I thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, to introduce our next honoree, I'd like to invite Rosa Ferrante to the podium.
I don't like mics. Just kidding. Benvenuti a tutti, vi ringrazio per la vostra presenza stasera. Sono qui per presentarvi Francesco Acocella, dei Valentini. È un vero onore stare qui davanti a voi per celebrare mio fratello e i suoi successi. Francesco è un uomo di famiglia. Francesco ed io siamo stati cresciuti in una casa dove si parlava solo l'italiano. Ed anche se Francesco all'inizio si incontrava in difficoltà con l'inglese, sempre è stato promosso a scuola alle classi avanzate. Per i nostri genitori, la scuola e la famiglia erano sempre il numero uno. Abbiamo sempre avuto l'esempio loro di lavorare forte. Franco ha studiato al liceo di Iona Prep, dove anche giocava a calcio e stava molto impegnato con altre cose come il National Honor Society. Dopo la scuola superiore ha frequentato Manhattan College e ha ricevuto una borsa di studio completa. Da lì ha realizzato il suo sogno e il sogno della nostra madre, purtroppo dopo la sua morte, ed ha ricevuto un dottorato in legge. Oggi Francesco è un avvocato ed è molto impegnato con il nostro circolo italiano. Nonostante Francesco è molto abile, i suoi veri successi sono quelli della famiglia. Francesco è molto dedicato alla sua moglie Andrea e ai suoi 3 figli, Nicola, Cara e Tommaso. È molto legato al padre Nicola, ai parenti e alla comunità italiana. Francesco è un marito, padre, figlio e fratello adorato e per questi motivi è l'uomo dell'anno. Good evening. I'm doing it in English now. Good evening, and thank you for coming. It is an honor to stand here before you to introduce my brother, Frank A. Acocella, as Man of the Year. To me, it is obvious why my brother would be chosen. Frank is receiving this award because he's a family man. Our father, Nicola Acocella, is from Andretta. Our mother, Patipaya Salerno. Frank and I grew up in a tight-knit, Italian-only speaking family. Our mother, a seamstress, our father, a barber. Hard work was always an example. Our parents stressed education and capitalizing on everything this country had to offer us. Frank was always an honor student, even though he was in ESL until the 3rd grade. Frank went on to study at Iona Prep and received a full scholarship to Manhattan College, where he graduated magna cum laude. Frank was not only a student, he was a soccer player involved in clubs like the Italian Club and the National Honor Society. He's a well-rounded person. He's fulfilled his and our mother's dream, unfortunately only after her passing. Frank received his Juris Doctorate from Toro Law School and practices law today. He also received the Presidential Commendation Award in 2000 and a partial scholarship from the Colombian Lawyers Association, which is actually an Italian organization. Frank was a professor, an adjunct professor of introductory law, federal tax, human resources, and creative writing at College of Westchester. Although all these professional accolades are impressive, I believe his core values are more impressive. Frank values his wife and 3 children and maintains a close relationship with his father, niece, nephews, and extended family and our Italian community at large. Frank is all I could ask for in a brother. He is my best friend, and we are so proud of all he has accomplished. Allora adesso aiutatemi a fare questo brindisi. Auguri e salute a tutti gli onorati.
Frank Acocella, ladies and gentlemen. Frank, the Comunità Andrettese Club Man of the Year, presented to Frank A. Acocella in recognition of his dedication and outstanding contributions to the Comunità Andrettese Club and for his achievements among the Italian-American community.
Thank you. Thank you all. I'm happy Rosa kept it short. She always does. First, I would like to thank you all for coming this evening, and I would like to thank La Comunità Andrettese for this honor. I would also like to thank my beautiful wife, Andrea, and my 3 wonderful kids, Nicola, Cara, Tommaso, for all the support and the love that they provide each and every day. It is a true honor, and I know many of us go through the steps of participating in different affairs and events sponsored by La Comunità as if it is routine and automatic each year. But we have to recognize that a great deal of hard work and effort goes into preparing these events. And I want to give special thanks to our executive committee, our president, Angelo Mastrogiacomo. I also want to thank my cousin, Compadre Giovanni Mastrogiacomo, for being instrumental in helping create and continuing to nurture the youth of our organization tabbed I Figli di Andretta, which we organized just a few years ago. Giovanni has been an amazing leader and has held together the focus and objectives of our group and has dedicated a tremendous amount of time to our cause. When we came together a few years ago and formed I Figli di Andretta, we set forth a few objectives that we thought were important to help grow our organization and give it permanency for years to come. These key objectives were, 1, to help nurture and foster education, as it is important for our future to learn and maintain the Italian language, culture, and traditions. I'm proud to say that Giovanni, with the help of others in our group, has made application for grant money from the Italian government so that we can continue to promote and teach the Italian language and culture. And while the grant money has not yet arrived, La Comunità has advanced the necessary resources to ensure that this cause be achieved. We now have Italian classes at our club each Friday afternoon, and for this I say thank you, comunità. This is what we're all about. Number 2, to seek a permanent home for La Comunità and purchase our own real estate with the intent of growing and maintaining our membership and community for years to come. Obviously, our goal is to keep our culture and traditions fresh in the mind of our community, for our children and their grandchildren. While we have made significant steps to secure a permanent location, the recent economic cycle has made this objective a bit more challenging. However, knowing this group, the heart and the leadership that we possess, I know that we will continue to chip away at this until we have accomplished our final goal. Lastly, but just as importantly, to maintain a social setting so that we attract young blood and build our membership. Since the inception of I Figli di Andretta, La Comunità has built upon our already existing strong foundation that was built by our previous generations. It is nice to know that the number of people that now attend our venison dinners has risen considerably, and that we now need both pavilions to accommodate our guests at our yearly picnics. This is what La Comunità is all about. The sense of family, the sense of community, the feeling that you're at home when you're with us. Voglio ringraziare a tutti per la vostra presenza qui stasera e per il vostro supporto della comunità andrettese. Spero che la nostra comunità crescerà per i nostri figli e nipoti per anni e anni nel futuro. Grazie, buon appetito e buon divertimento. Buonasera.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time I'd like to call Antonietta Andriopoulos.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Antoinette Andriopoulos. It does sound Greek, but I promise you I am Andrettis. I'm formerly known as Donetta Guglielmo, la figlia di Luigi Ligimella Rosa de Settemaner. Just to clarify that I am Andrettis. Okay. We are here tonight to honor and recognize just a few of the many great men and women of our Andrettis community. This evening, my sister Michelina Arminio is being recognized as one of the founding members of the Andrettis Women's Auxiliary Committee. Knowing my sister for almost 33 years, she is a person that does not want recognition or notoriety. She does not want accolades or for anyone to sing her praises. She simply wants to be part of everything and anything positive in life. And being part of the Andrettis Club is just one of those things. Michelina is the most energetic, courageous, and unselfish person I know. Whether it is dealing with clients as a real estate professional by day, attending to a husband and 3 children by night, or teaching religious education classes on the weekend, Michelina just puts 110% into everything that she does and takes pride in doing so. This pride and leadership are exemplified in her role as the president of the Andrettis Women's Auxiliary Committee. As an Italian American, Michelina takes tremendous pride in her Andretta heritage and culture. She feels that it is important that today's generation carry on the traditions that our parents and grandparents instilled in us, and that we embrace them and continue to pass them along to our own children and grandchildren. I admire my sister for all that she has accomplished in her lifetime up to this point, and I look forward to honoring her for years to come. Mick, you are my role model, and I thank you for all that you do. I am extremely honored and happy to be standing here in front of everyone this evening and recognizing your honorable achievement. I love you, and I'm very proud of you. Congratulations. And I'd like to introduce my sister, Michelina Arminio.
The Comunidad Andretta Club Women's Auxiliary Woman of the Year presented to Michelina Arminio in recognition of her dedication and outstanding contribution to the Comunidad Andretta Club and for her achievements among the Italian-American community.
Good evening. I would like to thank everyone for attending the Comunidad Andretta's 34th annual dinner dance this evening. And a warm felt congratulations to my fellow honorees, Maria Acocella, Frank Acocella, and Frank Miele. It's a pleasure to share this wonderful honor amongst all of you. Although I am first generation Italian-American, my love for Andretta is profound. As a young girl, we traveled to Andretta quite frequently, and the memories we have built are priceless. The smell of a wood-burning fireplace takes me back to my grandparents' farm, where life was simple. The water we drank was from a naturally filtered fountain. The homemade bread and pasta we ate was from the grain that my grandparents cultivated every year. The homemade wine we were allowed to taste was from the vineyard my grandfather so carefully grew. The tomato sauce on our pasta was from the tomatoes in the garden that my grandmother had jarred the year prior. The real treat was when we would visit with the old-timers and start speaking to them in the real Andretta's dialect. They would say, "How can you be born in America and speak like you were born here?" That is the beauty of, I would say. My parents left their hometown of Andretta and started their new life in search of a better life for their children. With that, they took all the traditions and customs of Andretta with them, including this unique language that we speak, and passed it on to my sister and I. And for this, Mom and Dad, I thank you. I grew up attending many functions at the Andretta Club and was fortunate to become close friends with other first-generation Andrettas, many of which also traveled to Andretta frequently and shared the same love for our beloved town. As many of us began to marry and have families of our own, we wanted to continue the traditions that were passed on to us with our young children. So 2 years ago, a few dedicated young women and I formed a branch of the Andretta Club called the Women's Auxiliary Committee. Our goal is to sponsor events throughout the year where young families within the Andretta's community can unite and celebrate the traditions and customs of our town. Thus far, our events have been successful, and I hope that they continue far into the next generation. I would like to thank the Comunidad Andretta's and the entire Andretta's community for this wonderful honor and for your support. A special thank you to my husband and children for allowing me to devote so much time to a cause that is so dear to my heart. You are my inspiration. God bless Andretta, God bless America. Grazie a tutti e buon divertimento.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I'd like to call Mario Scarano to the podium.
Thank you, Angelo, and good evening, everyone. I would like to begin by congratulating Maria, Michelina, and Frank. Spent so many years as a teacher in front of a classroom, and whenever I spoke, usually the students listened. We're here to honor one more person, and I would really appreciate your attention because this person truly deserves what we're about to present him. So I'd like to start. I would like to begin by congratulating Maria, Michelina, and Frank for all your achievements and contributions to our wonderful Italian heritage. And before I begin my introduction, I would like to congratulate and recognize all of you for your achievements. Do I have your undivided attention yet? I just congratulated you for all of your accomplishments and achievements. Our next honoree and many of my fellow club members have talked about this, and it's amazing how successful so many who came from Italy, and especially from Andretta, are. Many of you came to this beautiful country with just the clothes on your back, and through hard work, were able to provide a good life for you and your family. I can't go anywhere without meeting someone from Andretta, and I marvel at how successful they've become. Now to my introduction of our next honoree. When I heard that the club had selected Frank Miele as this year's recipient of the Community Leadership Award, my first reaction was, wow, that's great. No one is more deserving of this honor. And then I started to think, wow, if I got a chance to introduce him, that would give me the opportunity to really let him have it. See, I have known Frankie 57 years. We went to school and played sports together, from elementary all the way through college. We became teachers, coaches, and school administrators. Whatever he did, I did. Whatever I did, he did. But just last week, I got an invitation to Frankie's retirement dinner this June. So I'm going to save those remarks for that night, and tonight, I'm going to be nice to him. You see, he happens to be my little nephew. I mentioned early in my introduction how successful the Andretta people in America are in America, and Frankie is no exception. Coming to America with his mother, my sister Antoinette, and his father, Augustine Miele, at the age of 6 months, he embarked on a journey that has produced an unbelievable resume. I'd like to just share just a few things that he's accomplished, and I'm talking about just a few. He graduated from high school in Mayapack High School. He then went on to Central Connecticut State University for a bachelor's degree in science. He then got a master's degree in guidance counseling from the same university, and he finished his education at Southern Connecticut with a degree in administration. Frank's been in education for 39 years. He has been a teacher at all levels of education, a house principal at Mayapack High School, an assistant principal at Mayapack Middle School. He was a football coach and wrestling coach for many years at varying levels, and a baseball coach, winning 375 varsity games in 22 years of coaching. That's phenomenal. And finally, he's going to end up retiring from Mayapack High School this year after 39 years as the Director of Health, Physical Education, and Athletics. His honors, and again, these are just a few. The list I have on 2 other pages, I don't think you'd want me to stand here and mention them, but his honors include Who's Who in American Teachers. He was inducted into Mayapack Hall of Fame, nominated for Student Against All Odds, recognized for his work at-risk students in a program he established, Training to Win. Frank has received many awards for his coaching abilities and talents. Now listen to this. He was Baseball Coach of the Year in his league 15 times out of the 22 years he coached. Sectional Coach of the Year 6 times. Daily News Coach of the Year twice, and North County All Sports Coach of the Year 9 times. Now, if any of you have ever coached, it's unbelievable if you win it once. An amazing, amazing feat that I've always looked and marveled at. Now, recently, and I'm about done, recently at another affair, Frankie shared a personal story with the group that his uncle from Italy, that's me, was coming to America to live with his family, and they would be moving on the same street with him. He thought, you know, most uncles, he thought that his Uncle Mario had to be a lot older, probably wore glasses, and was bald. But was he surprised when this 40-pound, red-cheeked, curly-haired little kid showed up? Well, Frank, I lost my place here. Well, that Frankie didn't realize was that I expected to find my nephew to be a little kid, not this moose 3 times my size who ate triple-decker cold cut sandwiches at the age of 5. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce this year's Community Leadership Award honoree, my nephew, who I consider my brother. Frankie, come on up.
The Comunità Andrettese Club Community Leadership Award presented to Frank J. Miele in recognition of his outstanding contributions in the field of education and for his commitment and devotion to his family and community.
First of all, I'm not going to say anything in Italian. I do understand Italian, but I do not want to embarrass myself tonight and say anything in Italian except ciao. Secondly, my speech will be brief since my wife and family have been bugging me for the last half hour. Make it short. That probably won't happen. But I'd just like to start. I want to thank Mario. If you know anything about Mario, if you have stripes, he'll take them from you. Okay, he's the salesman. Just give you one last story besides when he came from Italy, seeing this little midget, and my mother said, "Hey, your uncle's coming." And I did think he was gonna have a mustache. He wasn't bald back then, but he is now. But the one story that stands out, and I did like to eat devil dogs. He did have a paper route, and he was always into making money. I was always into eating. And he said, Frank, he had this paper route. He said, look, I'll give you 2 devil dogs and a Coca-Cola from Johnny's. We used to live in Nerd Shell down at the corner. So I said, hey, that sounds great. Let's go. He says, no. When we finish, you can have the 2 devil dogs and the Coke. And you know what? I must have done that for about 3 years, every day. So you can see I enjoy devil dogs to this day. But he was right. He is like a brother, and I appreciate all of his kind words. Just like to start tonight, I'd like to congratulate all the other honorees. I'm not really sure that I belong in the same category after hearing some of the stories, but I am very proud to be honored alongside you. So congratulations to all the honorees tonight. Can we maybe give them one more hand? I'd like to congratulate all of the 2 scholarship winners. I do realize education is huge, and their resumes sounded awesome, so congratulations to the 2 scholarship winners. At this time, I would like to thank the Andrettese Club for this honor. This is probably the best honor I personally think that I've ever received, simply for the fact that it's from my own hometown. And anytime that anybody ever said, where do you come from, I would always say Andretta. They say, where? I said, I was born in Italy. And they would say, oh, you're kidding me. And I would tell them about the mountains, and I would tell them about the houses, and I would tell them about the people. And then they would ask me, how old were you when you came over? And I said, 6 months. And that kind of, I had a great vision even at that age. Relax, it's okay. I can't tell you how proud I am to say I'm from Andretta, especially tonight, to be able to stand in front of my family, my friends, my cousins. I have my aunts at this table, I have my uncles, my own kids, my wife, and then to actually have my superintendent of schools. I am retiring in 3 months. Maybe he wants me to retire tonight, I'm not sure. Because he came down with a pen and some papers. And I thought he liked me, but I'm not sure. Tonight could be the night. I could be out after 38 and a half years. But I'd like to thank all of my family for tonight's honor and for them to come out, especially with all the basketball games going on. And I think the Mets are on, so thank you. As I stand here tonight, I am humbled by the fact that I am surrounded by my family and friends. and from fellow Andrettes, and from, as I mentioned, Mr. Manco. I always keep telling my son that if you want to be a white-collar worker, you need to be a blue-collar man. Someone who treats, and I think this stands out in all of the speeches tonight about family and how people treat each other. Someone who treats all people the same, is compassionate, giving, honest, works hard, always puts his family first, is caring and loving. These are all the traits that come to mind when I think of someone from Andretta. And I think as you sit there among your family and friends, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have never met anyone from Andretta that didn't have these qualities. They make you feel special, they're friendly, they're honest, will always help you in anything that you need. Is that the truth? Yeah. Is that the truth? And I realize family is a very big thing. Because of all of these qualities, I'm able to stand here today. Tomorrow I am going to have the opportunity to see my mother and my father. They wanted to be here. My father had a little accident. I'll also get a chance to see my sister. But tonight, as I receive this award, the award becomes theirs tomorrow for the simple reason that I just didn't just show up and able to do some of the things that I was able to do in my life. I had people helping me along the way, whether it was my uncle, my mother and father, my aunts, my uncles. If you ever heard that statement, it takes a village to grow a child. I got to be 61 because of all the people that I was surrounded with and all of the qualities and all of the values that they gave me throughout the years. And I am very appreciative of all of those facts. I just glad I had some money when I got married. Mine didn't have any holes. But, you know, that's a story. And, you know, I thought we always grew up with money. Now that I find out, after all these years, the sacrifices they made, I don't know how many Italians in here played the accordion, but I did. When I was 7 to 10, I wasted their money. But little did I know, and I just found this out, that they sacrificed not buying a refrigerator so I could have the Lawrence Welk accordion. And you know, anybody that's my age knows Lawrence Welk. But those are sacrifices that they made. Because of them, I am the man that I am today. They are my true heroes. 10 years ago, I had the opportunity to go back to Italy. I had this vision in my head of Andretta. It was just what I thought it was. I had the opportunity to see where I was born in my uncle's house that he owns now. I had the opportunity to see where my grandfather died. I had the opportunity to go to the church. And this is where my sister comes in, and she's a great sister. But I would say that I always said to my sister, you know, you're not really Italian. You were born in Fordham Hospital. I'm really Italian. I was born in Andretta. So I kept bugging her. And I said, you watch, when we go to Andretta, you watch how special they're going to treat us. So I bugged them to go to the church. As soon as we walked in, little did I know there was a wedding going on. Little did I know the music started playing. And I said to my sister, do you see? That's respect. So I don't know if she believed it, but it did sound good. Just a couple of more minutes and I'll be finished. First of all, I don't expect to be here next year to receive this award. Somebody else will be here, so just bear with me, okay? My wife and I, my beautiful wife Jean, of 39 years, this is how I know that we've done an awesome job and that she's the greatest wife and mother ever. And this is how I know that we've done a good job. If my 3 children could please stand up and their husband and wives. Okay, and my other family's on the other side. Thank you for standing up. Appreciate that. But that's my legacy. That's my family. I think if they spoke, probably be a lot smarter than I was up here, but if they spoke, they would bring out the same things about family, the qualities and the traits, and working hard and everything that goes into, you know, being good people. And they are very good people. Lastly, but not least, I'd like to introduce my wife, Jean. the most beautiful person. She's as beautiful today as she was when I met her over 40 years ago. She's my best friend. I love her with all my heart. Hopefully we live another 100 years to spend the next 100 years together. Okay. In closing, I'd like to congratulate all the honorees and thank you to the Andretta Club for this honor and for all the Andretta people for making Andretta such a special place. Thank you and God bless.
I also will start by saying it will be short, but one of the things that mayors do is to prepare proclamations for people that are being honored. So I would like to read one that we have prepared for Frank. Whereas Frank Acocella is being honored tonight here for his commitment to the Italian community, to the Andretta Society. I'm here tonight to honor him also as a dear friend and an integral part of the full Harrison community. And whereas Frank is the son of Nicola and Benedetta Acocella, a couple who came here from Italy in the late 1960s, who raised their son to believe in the American values, while at the same time teaching him to cherish the Italian ideals that they brought with them, and it is said, speaking only Italian to him until he started school so that he would be grounded in the Italian culture. And whereas, with that belief in American values, particularly the one that stresses hard work brings success, Frank achieved an outstanding academic career at Iona Prep and also at Manhattanville College, while continuing his interest in and performance both in the chorus and as a super at the Metropolitan Opera House at Lincoln Center. And perhaps we should ask him if he sang opera to his children for lullabies. Did you do that, Frank? Another interest was in helping people, and that was demonstrated in his involvement in AmeriCorps, a program established by President Clinton to involve college students in helping to educate inner-city children, while also educating inner-city adults about various issues that affected them in their communities. And whereas, after graduating from Manhattan College with summa cum laude honors, Frank chose the law as his profession and was accepted at Thomas Cooley Law School, but soon transferred to Toro Law School in Long Island so as to be close to his family. During his years in law school, Frank interned with the Corporation Council for Franks County, represented victims of domestic violence, and worked with juveniles in quasi-judicial proceedings. At the same time, he started his real estate business. A real busy man was Frank, and he remained that way. And whereas, after graduating from law school, Frank opened his own law practice while overseeing his real estate business, which eventually had 15 associates. A top priority has always been his marriage to Andrea, and their three children, forgive me, while also finding time to devote the energy to the Andretta Society, whose members share their close ties with the Acocella family with that town, the Italian hometown of his father, and so many other Harrison residents. As if that wasn't enough, Frank also became active in town politics and was once a candidate for elected office. Even though his day is only 24 hours long, Frank seems to squeeze in at least 30 hours of activities. Now, therefore, I, Joan Walsh, Supervisor of the Town of Harrison and Mayor of the Village of Harrison, do declare that Saturday, April 2nd, 2011, is Frank Acocella Day in the town and village of Harrison. Congratulations, Frank.
Thank you, Mayor Walsh. Again, one more time, I'd like to congratulate all four of our honorees. And we have one more big round of applause for all four of them, please. And I'd like to invite the honorees and their spouses, please, up here for some more pictures. I'd also like to invite my lovely wife, Lucy, to join me at the podium. All our honorees, Maria, Michelina, Frank, and Frank, bring your spouses with you. Let's take a couple more pictures. And to everybody else, I'd like to say thank you for your patience. We'll be done with pictures just in a short while.
I suoi momenti di passione, l'amore sai, è una balena di emozioni, un ritornello di canzoni che fa cantare i nostri cuori. Rose e fiori, alle sue spine e suoi